Hi guys, I hope you're well. Welcome back to Fit Education's virtual classroom today. In today's micro teach session, we are going to look at the three major fibre types found within skeletal muscle. We will look at the characteristics of these fibre types and also the adaptations which occur through exercise. Before we jump in, as ever, if you appreciate our content and find value in them, we'd love it if you could like, comment and share and support us in what we do. So let's have a look at the three different fibre types now. There are three different fibre types found in different ratios across all muscles of an individual. The different fibre types include slow twitch, also known as type 1, intermediate twitch, also known as type 2A, and fast twitch, also known as type 2B. A person's fibre type distribution is determined by genetics, with each fibre type having different contractile and metabolic characteristics, which we'll look at now. Slow twitch or type 1 fibres are higher in ratio than other muscle fibres in individuals with ectomorphic somatotypes, which is a slender built frame. Characteristics of slow twitch fibres include being slow to fatigue. This is due to low force production, as the fibres are smaller in diameter in comparison to the other fibre types. Slow twitch fibres are slow to fatigue as they have a rich blood supply, supplying nutrients to the many mitochondria organelles and myoglobin cells, which produce energy in the form of ATP for prolonged periods of time. This makes slow twitch fibres great for muscles which are used in nearly all conscious activities, such as the deep fixator muscles of the spine, maintaining stability while we sit and stand throughout the day. Intermediate twitch, or type 2A fibres, are higher in ratio than other muscle fibres in individuals with mesomorphic somatotypes, which is a muscular built frame. Characteristics of intermediate twitch muscle fibres include being moderate to fatigue. This is due to the moderate force production, as the fibres have a medium diameter in comparison to the other two fibre types. Intermediate fibres are moderate to fatigue as they have a good blood supply, supplying nutrients to the moderate amounts of mitochondria organelles and myoglobin cells, which produce energy in the form of ATP for a moderate period of time. This makes intermediate twitch fibres great for synergistic muscles, which are used often and require a moderate amount of force production repeatedly, such as those from muscles assisting global movements, like the rhomboids supporting movement at the shoulder girdle from the deltoids. The third and final type of muscle fibre is that of a fast twitch or type 2A fibre, which are higher in ratio in individuals with an endomorphic somatotype, which is a large built frame. Characteristics of fast twitch fibres include being fast to fatigue. This is due to the high force production, as the fibres are larger in diameter in comparison to the other fibre types. Fast twitch fibres are quick to fatigue as they have a relatively poor blood supply, limiting the nutrients available to the few mitochondria organelles and myoglobin cells, which produce the energy in the form of ATP. This makes fast twitch fibres more suited for superficial muscles, which are used in global powerful movements, such as the agonist prime movers, like the quadriceps in the hamstring groups, enabling rapid bursts of power required for running and jumping movements. Let's take a look at the effects of exercise on these three different muscle fibre types. Before we take a look at the suitability and adaptations of muscle fibre types to training stimulus, it's important to know that muscle fibre types cannot be converted into each other. Slow twitch will always remain slow twitch, and fast twitch will always remain fast. Due to the different ratios of fibre types in individuals, there is a genetic suitability to reach high levels of performance in a particular sport and discipline. However, adaptations to specific training stimulus can still be made. For example, marathon runners have a higher percentage of slow twitch fibres in their muscles of around about 80%, while sprinters have a higher percentage of fast twitch fibres in their muscles of around 60%. Irrespective of an individual's fibre type proportion, the different fibre types will still adapt as follows. Slow twitch type 1 fibres, being the most aerobic fibre type, will respond best to long duration endurance activities performed at lower intensities like running, cycling or swimming long distances such as half marathons, marathons and triathlons. When high volume, low intensity training is programmed, type 1 muscle fibre types will increase their metabolic properties, including the size and quantity of mitochondria and myoglobin within the muscle. This adaptation, along with the increased blood vessels, blood volume and hemoglobin, allows the type 1 muscle fibres to become more aerobic and work higher capacities over time. Fast twitch type 2B fibres are anaerobic in nature and respond best to short bursts of high intensity exercise with high force and power outputs like explosive powerful events such as Olympic weightlifting, 100-metre sprints and shot put. When low volume, high intensity training is programmed, type 2B fibres will increase their structural properties, including the size and quantity of muscle fibres known as hypertrophy and hyperplasia, along with an increase in anaerobic fuel substrates such as creatine, enabling the fast twitch fibres to work at higher demands for slightly longer periods of time. The final type of muscle fibre is that of intermediate twitch type 2A fibres. In contrast with slow and fast twitch fibre types, intermediate fibres can be trained to take on the characteristics of other fibre types, dependent on the training stimulus applied to them. For example, in response to cardiovascular training, intermediate fibres will adapt and respond like slow twitch fibres. And in response to resistance training, they will adapt and respond like fast twitch fibres. We hope that you enjoyed today's content. If you have any questions on what was covered, please leave us a comment below. Or if you'd like to support us in what we do, if you could give us a like, a comment or share, we'd appreciate your support.